Hello, I am the Canadian Zangief, and today I'm going to be reviewing Mega Man for the Sega Game Gear. This thing's a freaking brick. Mega Man. Always classic memories. I remember playing the NES versions a lot, and for valid reason. With Capcom's solid action platformer formula, there is little to argue with. Here we have a mixed blessing, classic Mega Man gameplay on a Sega Game Gear. A handheld with mixed quality at best. The sticky buttons and screen resolution are usually enough to turn off a lot of retro collectors. Now, I'm not saying the Game Gear is bad. There is just a lot of hardware limitation. Things like these determine whether or not the game is going to be decent or not. Fortunately, Mega Man is one of the better ones. Even with some of the glaring shortcomings, I don't have to mention what's good about the game because, well, it's Mega Man. You know what you're getting into when you pick it up. You know you're going to be fighting Dr. Wily. You know you're going to be fighting Robot Masters. Whether or not Proto Man is going to be there is subject to debate, but unfortunately not in this version. The Game Gear version is not a remake of the original first game, despite the title. It takes attributes from Mega Man 2, 4, and 5, featuring Dr. Wily and his Robot Masters. Stone Man, Bright Man, Napalm Man, Starman, Toadman, and Waveman. The level designs are taken right from the NES versions and are vibrant and colorful, despite having a slightly different color palette. One of the biggest problems with this game is the aspect ratio. Compared to the original games, you are so much bigger on the screen. This means that enemies are so much closer to you and are doing tons of blind jumps. And well, this makes you die. A lot. This brings us to the other problem. There are no continues in this game. Unlike any other Mega Man game where you use up all your lives and it goes to the continue screen and shows you the password, this just stops you dead in your tracks. Game over, you suck, start again. Now that gives for an extremely hard Mega Man game in a series that isn't known for pulling its punches. I found out later, through some messy trial and error, that if you hold down the jump button, the game allows you to scroll the screen horizontally and vertically, making those blind jumps a little less blind. It just takes so much time to scroll the screen across than it is to memorize the levels in comparison. At least Capcom realized the aspect ratio was a big problem and tried to fix the issue, even if it was poorly executed on their part. The more I think about this game, the more I consider it to be a sloppy cut and paste job from a few successful games in the aim to bring some attention to the Sega Game Gear. And we all know how that ended for Sega in the end. So, even with the limitations of the Sega Game Gear, it being a giant brick and all, it's still a Mega Man game, and it's still worth your time. If you can find it cheap, definitely pick it up, or if you just have to have it because it's a Mega Man game, it's worth the extra money because it is a bit of a rare game. So, that's all for now. I'm the Canadian Zangief. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again. Cheers.